See, is this back? Are we back? Are we back? The internet. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Brazilian internet. Momochi is here. Momochi is here. Saribot is here. Everybody's here. Ay, ay, yo. Ay, ay, yo. Ah. Ay, ah. Oh boy. Yay, I am back and my... Why is my Spotify is working, but it's not... Oh. Never mind. There we go. I was like, why is my Spotify not playing if the internet is back? And it's because my headphone was turned off. But yeah, just changing the shape of the butt slightly. There we go. The cake remains the same. It's just the butt shape. It's just the butt shape. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so Momochi is back. Turns out her new glasses are ready. And she was just in front of the iStore, but they only told her after she got back home. That's great. That's great. Well, Kiba talking about his cake about the street dead. It was too big. It was too big. Cake too big. The internet cannot handle my cake. There was just too much of it. That is the truth. That is the truth. Okay, so now we got both. Now we got both. Also, there we go. Because the idea is for the sprite of the streamer be looking at chat while talking. Can we have a Kiba butt wiggle emote? That is up to Steam. That is up to Twitch, really. That one is up to Twitch, really. I could make one. Heck, you could make one if you wanted to. Alright, so we need a volunteer. For this. Did I hear volunteer? You know, I didn't expect to actually finish up the prototype so soon on stream. I was gonna make a Patreon vote later. What do I do now? I'm back, volunteer. I see how it is. I see how it is. Free pixel art, everyone flares up, huh? I see how it is. I see, I see, I see. I must have misheard the word. No, I said that, but then what I really meant was I need suggestions for a character to do one of these. I misused the word. I'm so sorry. Can I suggest Momo? You may. You may. Is it okay with you, Momochi? Do you want to have a Nikki like PNG react? You were going to ask for one off string? I see. You know what? Since I'm probably gonna have to make it anyways. Alright. Let's do Momochi. Let's do Momochi. Okay. So let's save first. 2025. Your character here. Nike Fugi. You have the frame. There you go. There we go. Okay, let's take our lovely Momochi. Already got some pixel art of her that I can use as reference, particularly for the palettes. Okay, so I think Momochi is... Since Momochi is a bit short, we could adapt and make the pixel art 1 pixel shorter for her. Everyone agrees that Momochi is short? Okay. Do as they your character here? Okay. Okay. So you're not supposed to adapt at all when you're doing your character here? I think you can adapt a little bit, right? You should also make her flat. Hold up, I can adapt a little bit. Okay, you know what? Let's try to do your character here. Then we see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Here. Start with the eyes. Oh. Here. Oh, here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a different color for that. There we go. By the way, Mamachu, I don't remember that thing you're working, the new version of the model you're working on, is that secret? Is it not? Do you want me to make it your current style? Do you want me to make it in the new one? Secret, alright. Current style it is. Current style it is. Soon TM in a gardening shed near you, yes. anyways. New model, new clothes, new outfit. Same difference, right? But yeah. There we are. Yeah. the plant here. This. You know what's the worst part? It's weird. Like, the part that I dislike the most when doing art is figuring out the price of things. Because calculating animation costs is hard. I ain't that great at math either. And I really, really, really want to get to a price that is both good for the person who is commissioning me and good for me. Because I can't do charity work if I want to make this a work, you know? There we are. Talking of sprite art, I saw a cool Twitter account ran by a guy who used to do art for Metal Slug. His stories are funny. Oh. Oh my god, the coloring of the Metal Slug sprite arts is so complex. That dude is awesome. Yeah, Sarah pixel art is a mixed bag. I remember I played Valkyrie Profile a while back, and when I looked at some of the sprites, I was like, wait, is that it? It looked so much better in the CRT screen. It looked so much better in the CRT screen. The remake of the game, they really should have put like a CRT filter or something. Because there is particularly one main character sprite where he looks not cross-eyed, the opposite of cross-eyed, when you have an eye that goes in this way and the other eye goes in this way. He looked like that, and it looked really weird and funny. But at the same time, I could see that working perfectly in a CRT screen. Because in the CRT screen, they would... that coloring would actually be used to... Like, how do I explain it? It would look like the eye would be in the correct place because of the coloring and the CRT screen, essentially. It is actually the case that a lot of old pixel art was done in a CRT monitor too. So the artist who was drawing was literally drawing something else rather than the sprite you see in a high HD screen, which is very interesting. In a sense, it is what they drew, but at the same time, it isn't what they drew. I know that there are a few remakes who try to rectify, so to speak, that sort of stuff by creating like this smudge filter. But the smudge filter looks so bad. And there are plenty of sprites that look awesome, regardless of the CRT or not. Like the Mega Man Zero ones. Like when we played that, they had the option of the smudge, but it looked so bad with the smudge. I don't like that smudge. Whenever I see it, I just turn it off. I think some emulators have an accurate CRT effect now. It's not common though. Maybe some days the actual AAA companies will be able to emulate it properly. Instead of, I don't know, hiring a pixel artist that does crappy coloring like they did for Final Fantasy VI. Anyways. The worst part is I might still play that version on stream one day. Because I really like Final Fantasy VI and... It's on my list. Like, back in the day, I could only enjoy certain games through alternate means. Let's put it like that. Let's call it alternate means. And I have a list of games that marked my childhood that I want to buy the remake for the sake of being like, okay, I paid for the game now. We're even, right? Wait, you've only been streaming 20 minutes? Timer's broke. No. My internet broke 20 minutes ago. My internet broke and got back 20 minutes ago. It's what happened. The VOD for this is gonna be hell, but it's fine. Hey Kai, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Damn you, Brazil. It's Brazil's internet. There's not much that can be done. Also, I think the lights flickered at that time too, so it might have been the electricity provider's fault instead of the internet provider's fault. They take turns of whom to blame for the string going down, really. It is a thing. I'm good, guess what? What? And I'm glad you're doing good.
Draw your cards and let the shadow game begin.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the biddies, Kai. Okay, so... this. Uma, she has her little napkin thing here. Kai has access to Himani's now, so now Kai can spoil his friends. Oh, nice. That's good. Spend wisely. Spend wisely. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah, Kai? What's an issue? What's the issue? And I hope there's no issue with tissue. Because tissue is important. It's saying my channel emote minimum is 100k bit. Wait. That's weird. I don't think I have that set up, actually. Hold up. I think 3 hours vanished. I might be sick and in denial chat. Oh no. I don't think I have any bit emotes, actually, come to think of it. Time passes really fast when you're having fun. Yes, fun. Or being delirious from a fever. That also helps. Here. There we go. I don't think it's supposed to. Do I have any emotes on my bit emote? My bit thing? Pretty sure it's not supposed to happen. Pretty sure. Bit minimum 10,000? When is this a thing? Hold up. That's not supposed to be there. Did Twitch do this? Hold up. Let me figure this out. When did this a thing? When was this a thing? There you go. It says mistake. Great. There we go. Okay, should be fine now. Should be fine now. That is very weird. How the hell would I even run a bitathon if that was turned on? When did that got turned on? There we go. I think Twitch should troll at me, Kai. I think Twitch should troll at me. Weird. This fixed it, this fixed it. Yay! The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, and where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains the difference, or deviation. I wasn't understanding what you were saying. I thought you were saying something about having a bit emote, and I was like, I don't remember doing that. And then it was something else that I don't remember doing either. Weird. Whatevs, it's fixed it, right? And thanks for letting me know. Because that limit was pretty much like no one ever uses bits on my channel ever again. Oh, by the way. Yeah. matter. I checked my bank today for the first time in ages and I have plenty of disposable income. I'm not gonna go broke if I use it to. Not gonna go broke like I used to. Ah, I see. I was very spending happy when I was 18. I see. Yeah, you learn the value of money by running out of it, basically. That is usually how it goes. I'm actually gonna build a new layer for the skirt. Because big skirt while sitting down is tricky. It's very tricky. Is Momochi's skirt that big? Not really, but by anime standards it is. There we go. Whoop. Okay, but how long are you gonna be peace signing, by the way? Just curious. Ah, frick, hold up. Was I stuck in that pose? Maybe. Maybe there's a bug that I haven't quite figured out, that whenever I get raided, the pose doesn't revert like it's supposed to. Maybe that's the thing, maybe it's not. I will neither confirm nor deny it. Like that one guy in Free Guy who... Oh, Free Guy was so good. Free Guy was fun. Free Guy was a really fun story. It really was. It really was an amazing film. He's just a guy. Mom, he's coming in with a death blow. I love the bankrupt, completely morally bankrupt gaming company that they did. That was quite spot on, sadly enough. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Man, can you imagine if the movie actually came out later and you had VTubers in there too? Can you imagine? I think we were very close of having like Iron Mouse or Pecora in that movie. VTubers would thrive in Free City. They would. They absolutely would. I don't know if you ever saw. There is Hololive did our GTA roleplay collab, and it was utter chaos. Because here's the thing. If you let a bunch of girls with free roleplay reign, you're gonna get like the spiciest telenovela ever. It's just how it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Women role-playing is a work of art. It really is. It really is beautiful. It really is beautiful. There is something. I noticed a gender difference in role-playing between men and women. Men can do this too, by the way. But it's usually, but the women will actually do it first and without any shame. Men will be more ashamed to do more telenovela-like roleplay. Women will absolutely be like straight up do roleplay where they get married and they start cheating on each other and it's just like the spiciest tea ever. It's great. It's great. Mind you, guys can do it too, but they'll usually be more ashamed, more like self-conscious when doing this sort of stuff. So it's a little bit rarer because of that. But it's beautiful. Ready Player One was the first VTuber, pretty much. Yeah, no, that checks out. That actually checks out. That actually checks out. They even had the VR chat haptic feedback suite for SAGs. So that checks out. So that checks out. First little tuber even, if you stop to think about it. Don't think about it though. Don't. Because like at least in the movie they had the haptic feedback suite, right? Which was like, it causes you to feel damage, but also causes you to feel other thing grabs pants. I think there was a scene like that in the trailers. Am I crazy? I think I saw that scene in the trailers. Straight up. There we go, there we go. The biggest thing that I always want to get right when I'm drawing Momochi is the skirt. What? Oh my god, thank you for the 100 baby Sky. Gonna say this while I'm here, Kiba. I love yours and Momochi's voice. I don't know why, but your voice always gives me a calming effect and Momochi fills me with energy. It's been amazing being able to chat with your stream and with both of you and share art with you and other stuff. Love you both. Oh, thank you, Kai. What? And thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Every so often I get a little bit self-conscious about my voice. So whenever someone compliments it, it's like, ah, stop it, you. Please more. Stop it. Please, just a little bit more. I would give more if I physically could. I appreciate whatever support you can throw my way, Kai. I really do. I really do. Don't feel obligated to donate more than you can. Please don't donate. Help me however you can and put yourself first. Put yourself first. Also, yes, the moment you were thinking about the person in the Termit Dance Club and she asked, she came prepared and ran hands across the crotches and he moans. That was I wasn't like I didn't grow up with it because Brazil has different books, right? But isn't this like supposed to be like a children's book? Isn't this like a children's book? Yeah, but the movie is based on a children's book, right? But oh, because technically who grew up with the books is older now, so they could add the... Okay, got it. No. Okay. I see how it is. I got it. Got it. I didn't know about the book. I'll have to look into that. Ah, I see. Yeah, there's a book apparently. The author who wrote it is a little bit on the cray-cray side from my understanding. Disappointed a few people. That tends to happen. That tends to happen with children's book authors, unfortunately. Oh well. I'm gonna lurk while I let my phone charge. Alright, Kai, have a good one. Man, that actually reminded me of books I read as a children that weren't for school. Here in Brazil, there was this really weird book that I read when I was little. It was there was like this characters that had a book series, and it was called Os Caras. And honestly, I just read one book from the series. I haven't seen the full adventure, so I don't know the full Caras lore to give you. By the way, it was Caras, which is supposed to read C-A-R-A, but it was written with a K because it was cooler like that. And Os Caras translate to the dudes. So like, they're kind of like a mystery solving group of kids, and they were just named the dudes. So that is funny, to me at least. And I think they were sort of popular. At least there was actually a bunch of books from them, but I'm not entirely sure how popular they were. Oops. Although I do like the peace sign thing. I think it's cute, but yeah, it's gonna look awkward after a while. So yeah, it was like a book. The story of the one that I read was called The Obedience Drug. And the main plot is that there was an obedience drug. Basically, Someone. Hmm. The story went along the lines of there was like the main villain was like shady organization kind of thing, and they had developed this drug that if you took it, it would cause you to lose free will essentially. And for some reason, he was distributing it like it was regular drugs to children at school to trick them, and then kidnapping them, making them willingly be kidnapped. So it starts as a disappearance, people disappearing mystery, and it scales into stopping dude from world domination. So that was kind of fun. Mm. You know, wacky hijinks. Just some wacky hijinks. I don't actually remember too much about it, but it was basically like kids don't do drugs and, I don't know, fascism is bad or something. You know? The usual. Don't listen to people who are literally trying to control you. That sort of thing. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Another tricky part of Momochi's design of the sleeves. I think from this angle, I should start from the sleeves. Because they would be dropping down here. Mmm. Mmm. Waffles with dulce de leche, guys. Waffles with dulce de leche, just too good. Mm-hmm. go. There we are. You know, I think like this is good enough. Yeah. And on this side, there we go. Put it like this. Oh. But I have to say, I do find it interesting that people say my voice is calming. I had that being said to me like once before, a long time ago, when I was doing the interpretation course. But they didn't say my voice was calming. They said that I had like a calming aura, essentially. And they couldn't quite put what was in it, but they could feel calmer when I was around, which is interesting. Because I can actually be very, very anxious. Because, you know, anxiety is quite widespread nowadays. It's hard, but, you know. At any rate. Ninja with calming aura, perfect for infiltration. That, hey, Seiya, that actually reminds me, I think I have a friend who plays a lot of the, I think it was called Nine Rings Legend. Legend of the Nine Rings, if I'm not mistaken. And according to them, there is actually a perk you can get. It's not calming aura, but there is a perk you can get where a bonus that you can get that is called, that is basically extremely common face, which is an in-game advantage where your face is so common, it is extremely easy to mistake you with someone else. And it's basically an infiltration perk, because it gives you the ability to outright deny that you invaded someone else's property for ninja reasons. And be hard to be identified in general. So yeah, that does help. Reminded me of that, actually. How are you doing, Isaiah? Hope you're doing good. We are making... I made your character here. Essentially, it's... I don't know if you ever play Nike, but the idea is that when you're not talking on Discord, the animation, you're shooting at the screen, right? And when you're talking, you take cover and you talk to chat, is the idea. And we are making Momochi as the example. Haven't played it, but I know what you're talking about. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, now we need a weapon for Momochi. It's gotta be a flamethrower, right? It's gotta be a flamethrower. Let me see. Let's get some flamethrower refs. I think I got a more or less one-handed flamethrower here. Strictly speaking, making guns isn't my specialty, but I think we can make a serviceable one. I do believe we can make a serviceable one. Let's see here. But yeah, it's an interesting perk if you stop, and if you stop to think about it, it makes sense. Even if at first it seems like, oh, my character looks plain, that's it? That sounds crappy. That doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun. But yeah, like really cool looking ninjas with unique styles are probably gonna get caught really, really quickly. Unless they know transformation jutsus, which I do. So that turns into a complete moot point. At that point, then it becomes a complete moot point. It doesn't really matter. Man, can you imagine? Like, the more you think about it, right, sometimes I pick at a ninja as a VTuber. I chose to be a VTuber ninja. But like, VTuber and ninja are very clashing. In a sense. Wait, do we go flamethrower or shotgun? Both are good for Momochi. Both are very good for Momochi. Just like with models? What do you mean, Isaiah? We could go for... I kinda wanna go shotgun. I know Momochi really likes flamethrowers, but I feel the shotgun is more... How do you say, based? You'd think you'd want them to like naturally handsome, but it's actually more preferable for their face to be as plain as possible, so you can mold them into whatever you want. That is true. That is true. It's much more about bone structure than anything else, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, models are kind of like Kiritos if you stop to think about it. Because you are supposed to put yourself into them. So they can't be too showy. Man. Isekai anime is gonna be the death of me. It's gonna be the death of me. Like, I tried watching one so I would have material to talk about on stream the other day. And it was one called Black Summoner. And it like, you know how people complain when Isekai has harsher themes like slavery and stuff like that? In this one, they straight up normalized it in like the worst way possible. Cause like it's like we cause like let's check the context text box first to try to understand why this one was particularly notable in the sea of isekai doing that. Not to say that any isekai that does something like that is a good thing anyways, but the anime had a line. You know when you're sitting watching something and you go, uh-oh. And then they deliver a line that is so powerful. You actually feel like you've been hit by a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster attack and you just backflip. You backflip in real life from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster attack. That is what happened to me. That is what actually happened to me. Because, like, he passed it through a slave market that had, obviously, slave elf girls, because that's the trope. That's the trope from the Shimentai game that the author liked to play, probably, that made him write that. And he goes like to his... He doesn't really have a team of friends. He's a summoner. And he's all alone, but he has like a goddess living on his head because she's lazy and she wants some time off from her godly duties. Or something. And he straight up goes with the voice on his head and says, "You know, I thought long and hard about it. I think it's time to fulfill the wish of every young man. I'm gonna buy a slave." And then I'm like, Are you like, are you serious, bro? Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? Like, they don't even like try to make it, make it clean. The place is literally a bunch of cages with a bunch of girls crying inside the cages. But everyone is like, oh yes, very normal, very, very acceptable thing to do. That, you're reaching that age, huh? You're reaching that age, yes, that a young man's age where slavery becomes extremely cool. And I'm like, what is happening? And the goddess is like, oh my god. And the goddess is just worried that the new girl is gonna get attention from Protegi-kun. But she's like, oh, she's pretty cute. And then they start playing dress up with her. And then she's like, oh my god, I am so happy for having a Goshujin-sama that is so kind to me. Yay! And I'm like, what? And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna turn off this shit right now. I'm gonna turn off this shit right now. That got uncomfortable. That actually got uncomfortable. And I don't think I'm making this shotgun very well. Man, I actually forgot because they being more... the newer isekais have been a little bit more conscious of this. That just because it can be a common Shimentai trope, it doesn't mean that it's okay. It doesn't make your, it doesn't like, you're not gonna paint your main character as a cool fun guy everyone wants to be if he's extremely pro taking advantage of people like that. So they toned that down a bit, but like for a good while that was pretty much the norm in isekais and light novels in general. So like I completely forgot about that, was completely blindsided by it, and I nearly died. It's like, oof. I gotta be careful if I decide to look at the older isekais. The newer ones have a brand new way of being cringeworthy, though. Did you know that there is... It's not an isekai, but it is a light novel one. There is a light novel anime where the adventurers stream entering the dungeons. The adventurers use streaming magic to stream their fights with monsters. And people watch it on like magical hovering screens, and it's like a huge pastime. And you can become a famous adventurer by streaming your adventures on twitch.com. I don't know, it is so bizarre. It is so bizarre. I come from Warhammer. That is fair. That is fair. That is fair. But like, here's the thing. Saya. Here's the thing. In Warhammer, you have a mood. You have a vibe. It's the vibe of everything sucks and everyone is awful, right? And you're like trying to figure out who is less awful. And the answer is the orcs. Everyone knows that. That's why they're the best units. And that is fine. But when you're like in a light-hearted fantasy, and then it goes to that and it just coughs off like it's nothing, right? It's whiplash is what it is, you know? It's whiplash. It's tonal whiplash. I think it's the best way to say it. Because, like, the anime was not edgy at all. It was the opposite of edgy. So it just blindsides you. Is essentially what I'm saying. Ah, I see. I come from Warhammer Fantasy. Orcs are exactly the same as 40k. The 40k orcs are cool. I don't know what the orcs are in regular Warhammer. That I do not know. I just know that there's a lot of there are so many Skavens in Fantasy Warhammer that there are whole games dedicated to exploding them. And multiplayer even. Guess that Skaven King ruled the world. Exactly. You see, I know a thing or two. I don't know too many things, but I know a thing or two. Just a thing or two, though. Just a thing or two. Okay, I think I figured out how to do the shading of this better. Do it like this. And I can even do a little bit like this. Maybe... Nope, I think this was better. Michi, do you want a shotgun or a flamethrower? I've been trying the shotgun, but it looks a little bit weird because of the inclination. Flamethrower? Okay. Yeah, I didn't really like how the shotgun turned out, honestly. Let's go back to the main phase. I don't know a whole lot about Warhammer Fantasy, but I do know that it had an MMO at one point, and the MMO kinda exploded. And part of that reason seemed to be because the game designer was a bit arrogant and didn't really take in feedback of the player base properly. God, I love this music so much. So much. It just feels good to hear, you know? Okay, I think we can make the flamethrower like this. Yeah, there we go. Can make it pink. For no particularly good reason. I don't know. Do we make it pink? I have no idea about how my knowledge comes from book and Total War. That is fair. That is fair. Total War is probably a pretty good game. I played a bit of Total War Shogun. Way back. It was a good game, but I couldn't figure out how it worked. I also got apparently the worst faction, which was the Nobunaga faction. It's like the worst starting faction, so yeah. I can make like a canister of gas here. There we go. Respectively, my favorite song and my second favorite song of the game. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, it's great. At least now it was absolutely awful at release, like worse than Andromeda. Oh. Okay, we got the gun down. There's only one last thing to do. Which is the back hair. Go. Very nice, very nice. There we go. Wait, the Total War, the Warhammer Total War was worse than Andromeda at release? It just sunk. It just sunk. Wow. Yikes. Good thing they fixed it then. Good thing it was fixed. Yeah, it was playable unlike Andromeda, and that's the bad part about it. Oh no. Because it was torture to play, I see. Oh no. And it's like a popular series for the Warhammer Fantasy, right? I know that there is like a more advanced one. I saw a streamer playing a little bit of it, but you know how there are games that you kind of want to see being played, but at the end of the day, because you don't play, you just can't follow at all what is happening. Mostly playable, fair. Yeah, that's me with the Warhammer games. I technically wanna see people playing them. I try to put it on to see them play, but I end up not understanding a lick of what's going on, you know? So I just have to move on to watching something else. Quite a shame. Why can't I delete this? Ah, okay. There we go. Wow, look at Momochi, so much swag. Well, we always have Norix for 40k and me for fantasy. That is true, that is true. But I mean, in the tactics genre, I am like... I just can't play real-time tactics. I'm just gonna derp around and die. I remember there was one time this friend invited me to play. I think it was PvP Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, actual straight up Warcraft. And I got in the Night Elf faction, if I'm not mistaken. Because their towers were trees that could move. So I was like, maybe this will come in handy. And I just stayed in a corner building bases while the friend who invited us to play that knew how to play was like doing his whole Death Knight shenanigans things, leveling up his hero, gaining advantage, doing all sort of stuff while we were doing nothing. Oh look, Momochi's pants are blue. And well, Momochi is looking super smug in this. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of amazing. So sassy. Oh, you were just role-playing the Night Elves. Pretty much. Pretty much. That is a good way to put it. And at the end, he was like, okay, let's this is gonna last forever, so I propose that we have a fight in the middle of the map. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna wait for me to get there, right? And he was like, yeah. So I decided to take my whole base quite literally to the middle of the map, and it was just ants migrating to try and fight. But I ended up dying anyway, so yeah. I don't think I'm good at that kind of game. Not really. I will straight up do nothing. Do the so-called basic mistake of just wanting to build a pretty base in a corner. Well, PvP real-time strategies are purely for sweats. Yeah, I noticed it. I did notice that. Also, I kinda hate it that it's like, oh my god, you have to think of this and this and this and this and this, and you don't have time to think really, you gotta do this now, do this now. It's like, chill. Chill. I like to take turns to think. I like to take turns and think. I don't want to do 500 commands with thousands of clicks per second. Chill. Chill, please. But yeah, Momochi looks so sassy. It's amazing. This is so good. But unfortunately, everyone, this is all the time I have for today. Even though I'm feeling fine, I shouldn't overstay on the PC until I go to the doctor again and he clears me out for good. So, everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome. And now, we find someone to raid. God, I want to work more on this so much. I don't know, maybe I'll stream me working on this on the Discord tonight, but we'll see. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Now let's find someone to raid. Let's see. Do we have anyone else doing pixel art? I love raiding other pixel artists if possible when I do pixel art. It's so much fun. Especially if you get to meet new people. Let's see here. What do we have today? We have a bunch of people. I'm not really finding pixel art here. Not a whole lot of pixel art going on. Let's see, who is on from my list then? Who is on from my list? Hold up. I wonder why they didn't appear on my list. Oh well. Let's raid this one. Let's raid her. Okay, everyone, thank you again for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome, and remember, when in doubt, when you think you can do it, Be like a ninja. And sure you can. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good one. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye-bye.